Hey, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chastity. Here we talk about beauty, entertainment, celebrities, books, movies, anime, TV shows, and kind of anything else that garners my attention this week. And today, we're going to be talking about Nick Cannon, the army of light-skinned biracial children he is trying to sire, and the whole conversation on social media surrounding it. I think it's very important for us to kind of go through the chain of events to see how we got to 2021 with Nick Cannon with more than one baby mama in 1 year. I think it's important for us to start from the beginning and get to the end. First up is the legend, the icon, Mariah Carey. Mariah and Nick married in 2008. They would then later have their two twin children, Monroe and Moroccan Scott Cannon. They will then later file for divorce and be separated in 2014. Then the divorce will be fully finalized in 2016. I'm going to assume that during the period of time where Nick and Mariah were separated, that is when he started seeing Brittany Bell, because then later Brittany Bell would give birth to Nick Cannon's second son, Golden, in 2017, a year after Nick and Mariah's divorce was finalized. Now, here's when things start to get really messy. Nick and Brittany would subsequently break up, and then from that point forward, he would be in an on-again, off-again relationship with a model named Jessica White. Now, it is not lost on me that in the starting lineup of Nick Cannon's baby mamas and girlfriends, at least public girlfriends, Jessica White is the darkest woman he has been with, and the only woman he has not publicly claimed. Like, Jessica White would post pictures with Nick. Jessica White would be hinting at there being a relationship with Nick, but Nick had never confirmed that the two were together. Now, like I was saying, him and Jessica White would have an on-again, off-again relationship. And in the summer of 2020, Jessica had this idea in her brain that they were back together. Now, while they are in a relationship and living together, during the summer of 2020, Brittany Bell, Nick Cannon's ex, will pop up pregnant for a second time. Now, Jessica states that she found out Brittany was pregnant with Nick's fourth child when we all knew Brittany was pregnant with Nick's fourth child. And as well, Jessica had just suffered a miscarriage just weeks prior to Brittany announcing her pregnancy, which that has to, I can't imagine how much it must hurt to lose a child and then your partner pops up, like your partner, like someone who you are right now seeing, pops up with another woman who is pregnant. That is evil and disrespectful and disgusting. Cause the thing is, like, I remember this situation, like, on, like, the blogs and stuff like that, and, like, on social media, and I was like, this nigga really don't care. And as we can see in 2021, this man really don't fucking care. But yeah, Jessica had found out that Brittany was pregnant when we all did. Hate that for her. Truly, truly do. Brittany would then later give birth to Nick Cannon's fourth child and second daughter, powerful Queen Cannon. Okay, this is at the height of, Nick's hotepery. This is when he was going on, anti-Semitic rants like the hoteps love to do. I am not surprised that this poor child is named Powerful Queen. Okay. I'm not going to drag a baby in their name. Nick Cannon should not be allowed in the room to name kids. Now, following the birth of Powerful Queen Cannon, Nick is not in a relationship with Brittany or Jessica White. He's actually now in a relationship with a DJ named Abby De La Rosa. Now, on June 14th, De La Rosa gave birth to twin boys. The first boy's name is Zion Mixolydian canon. And no, Mixolydian is not an element on the periodic table. It's actually like a scale in music that starts with the fifth note or something like that. Something with the fifth. And that's supposed to be significant because Zion is Nick's fifth child. The second boy is named. The second child is named Zillion Air Cannon. These are beautiful creatures, beautiful beings, and you're naming them bullshit. An uprising, the Nick Cannon name industrial complex must stop. Now, while the internet is still talking about Nick Cannon's new twin boys, Alyssa Scott, who is a Wow and Out girl, which feels like an abuse of power because she's an employee of Nick Cannon. On Father's Day, she announced that she is pregnant with Nick Cannon's seventh child. I just realized I'm not wearing lip gloss. Oh my god, hold on, I'll be right back. It's the way y'all didn't tell me I didn't have no lip gloss on. Y'all are so fake. Like, y'all are fake as hell. Have me out here. Video no gloss. Fake. Terrible subscribers. So, as of now, because who knows what's gonna happen for these next 6 months, but for the first half of 2021, Nick Cannon has 3 children and 1 on the way. And there's, I'm sorry, my brain cannot wrap itself around the fact that multiple women were okay with being like impregnated by the same man. Like, because for this to have happened, he had to be sleeping with all of you around the same time. And y'all are okay with that? Like, do you not care about your pH balance? You just completely cool with mixing and mingling with who knows who? Like, I really hope everyone in the situation is getting tested regularly, because I feel like Nick Cannon has stated that like he doesn't wear condoms. A 40-year-old man, no contraceptives. These 30-year-old women, no contraceptives. I'm terrified. Now, there is a camp, right, who believe that because Nick Cannon has money, this is completely fine. He has enough money to take care of all these children. Therefore, he should have as many as he wants. And I really wish some of y'all would understand that being a father is more than just being there financially, right? Like, money is cool, but here's the thing about kids. Kids don't give a fuck about money. Like, kids do not care. Like, it's the way, like, if you grew up poor, there's a point in time that you weren't even aware you were poor because you was just living and existing and having a good time. Because when you're really little, money holds no value when you're like 5 years old, when you're 2 years old, when you're 8 years old. You really only start to understand money is a thing when you hit like your teenage years and you want to like buy cool new jeans and you buy new sneakers and your parents are like, no, we can't afford that, or like stuff like that. Like, it's really until you kind of go into puberty and like you're getting taller, you're getting bigger, and you're running through clothes and stuff like that. Only then do you really start to realize like, oh wait, if money is tight in your family, that's when you kind of notice that. But when you're a really little kid, you have no idea you're poor. You have no idea you're broke. You're just you vibing and existing, right? So to act like children need a whole bunch of money, like kids need money, but like kids also need their parents to be engaged in them, right? Like, is it great to have a home? Is it great to have food on the table? Yes. No one's saying that you should be dirt poor, right? No one's saying that. But money also does not replace time, and it does not replace memories, right? Like, I don't fully understand what is so hard to understand, that it is very difficult, basically impossible, to own as many businesses as Nick Cannon has and then be able to equally distribute his time amongst 7 children in 4 separate households especially when the later half of these children are so close in age. They're going to be in school at the same time. There's going to be situations where he's going to have to pick when there's things scheduled at the same time. He's going to have to pick which kid he's going to see. Him, again, working as much as he does, spread across 7 children, there is no way for these 4 kids, he's going to be there for these children's first walks, that he's going to be there for these kids' first words, that he's going to be there for these kids' first anything. That's basically impossible. There is no way that he will be there for every single milestone, every single doctor's visit. It's not possible if you work as much as Nick does. Because that's one thing about Nick. He don't have him a job. Oh, he always Masked Singer, wilding out. I think he has a talk show coming up. That man is never without something to do. But again, something to do and 7 children don't mix, right? Like, money is cool, but memories are better. Me and my mom did so much growing up. For years, we went to see the Christmas show at Radio City. My mom took me to go see Scooby Doo live, Dora live, Blue's Clues live, and she she didn't want to go to those things, but she went with me because she loved me and she wanted to experience things with me. Me and my mom would go into the city all the time and just hang around. Back when Toys R Us was still in Times Square, we went all of the time. There's a picture of us in our living room on the Ferris wheel. Like, I have so many fond memories with my mom. I can't say the same with my dad. Like, my parents married for 22 years, and I really don't have those same memories with him. My dad works all day. He comes home from work. He asks me how school is. He sits on the couch, right? That's pretty much it. Versus my mom went out and did things with me. She goes out and does things with my little brother. And for my brother, it's a little bit different because he is on the autism spectrum, so he has to go to specialized things. Like, there's movie theaters that will hold movies that are good for people with sensitivity issues, so she'll go do things like that with my brother. And she goes to the park with him. She goes out and she tries to do fun stuff with us, do activities with us. And because that, I have really formed a bond with my mother, and I really know my mom. Versus my dad, I sometimes don't know where I stand with him because I don't have the same groundwork I have with my mom. So I don't always know if something I say might make him upset, might make him mad, because I don't know him like that. And it's not to say my dad didn't hang out with me, but the issue is the second half of this, where some fathers, they'll only hang out with their kids if they're doing activities that the father likes, which is a problem. You are a parent. It's not about you, it's about your kids, and that involves doing things you don't want to do. Because if you really believe moms want to go to these events with their kids all the time, you're lying to yourselves, okay? Moms be bored down at these children events, but they're doing it for their kids. They're hanging out with their kids. Or, where this was my issue, dads hanging out with their kids because they play sports, right? There was a point in time where I used to play soccer. The issue is I don't like sports. Though I'm because my dad played basketball, played baseball. He's very athletic, and I have some of that. I'm decent at sports. I'm lying. I'm actually kind of good at sports. The issue lies with I lack competitiveness. I don't have it. I simply don't. And I feel like competitiveness and that type of drive and hunger is necessary for sports, and I don't have it. So I played soccer. And when I did play soccer, that was the most time I spent with my dad. He would take me to buy shin guards and buy soccer balls. He would take me to practice. He'd come to all my games. He was very, even though he himself, he didn't play soccer and he really cared for soccer, he was super involved in me playing soccer. And then I quit. And then all of that time with my dad kind of stopped. And that's an issue with dads. I feel especially dads who are super athletic and they don't have athletic kids, it feels from the kid's standpoint that you're kind of letting your dad down. You're not being the kid, you're not living up to the type of kid they want. And it feels if you're not doing things that your dad finds interesting, you're not worth their time. And I feel It may not be true for dads, but that's how it comes off to children. That I'm not interesting enough for you. I don't do anything you like, so you don't want to hang out with me. And like that's how I felt, you know? Again, like I knew my dad loved me, but I feel like in his mind, the house, the food, the buying me clothes was him showing love, but that's not what I needed. I needed him to be present. Like the only time he participated in school stuff was parent teacher night. He didn't come to any school events. He didn't do stuff like that. He was not an active participant. And again, I don't think that's his fault. I just think that's how we've socialized men to just be providers. But also, it's like you need to be nurturing. Also, like reminds me of the conversation that Will Smith and Kevin Hart had on the Red Table Talk, where Will Smith was like, he has 3 kids, right? And he said that he maybe changed 3 diapers over the years and maybe gave them a collective of 20 baths. And that's the problem. Fathers need to be more engaged in their children's lives. Don't, again, coming home and saying how was school and going on the couch is not enough. You have to be a part of your children's milestone. And this, like, bathing your kids is a great way to, like, connect when they're super little. That's a really, like bathing your kids is actually a very important step in, like, childhood development and stuff like that. And fathers are missing out on that. And I feel like fathers are really weird where they're like, why don't you tell me anything? Why am I the last person to know anything in this house? And it's like, because you're a ghost. You in this couch, I'm surprised y'all haven't fused together. Like, you come home, you sit on the couch, eat dinner, you complain. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to tell you. Like, because my dad's like that too. He's very much so like, yo, why don't y'all tell me anything? And it's like, I didn't know it was going to make you mad or not. So I just didn't tell you. Like, oh, you're the last person to know because you're the least engaged person in this household. Like, I don't know what you want from me. And it's just like, I really need a lot of you dads to get more engaged because it's a problem that y'all don't know the names of your kids' teachers. You don't know the name of your kid's doctor. If your wife makes the password to something, your kid's birthday, you asking your kid when they were born. Dads are sick. Do you hear me? Fathers can be sick. How are you asking me the date of the happiest day of your life? You, no, it is a problem. It is horrific. The dads are fucking wild. Well, ask what the password is, and you be like, "Oh, it's my birthday," and they will dead look you in the face and be like, "When was that?" The most important, I'm the reason you are a father. You celebrate Father's Day because I exist. And you don't know my birthday? And your mama know the birthday of everybody in this house? Men are sick. Do you hear me? Fathers, men, sick. Sick and twisted individuals. How you gonna look your kids in your face like, when's your birthday? How don't you know? Villains. Fathers are the reason why people have villain origin stories. I'm telling you, it's a father. It's always a father. Now, a couple years ago, Nick Cannon actually did an interview with Howard Stern. And in that interview, he talked about the fact that he wants to have a lot of children because he has lupus. And, you know, he feels like he's probably going to die a lot sooner than a lot of other people. So he wants to leave his quote unquote legacy. I have some issues with that. Because here's the thing, right? You have all of these children and you die. First of all, the tongue holds a lot of power, so I feel like don't speak your death into existence. That doesn't make it better. Like, I know lupus is a that's who lupus is a bitch to have. But you're rich, right? So you have a much better chance of living a lot longer than a lot of other lupus patients, right? With that, you having this army of biracial children, you're going to leave multiple children without a father for the purpose of a legacy. And engaged fathers are necessary. And I feel like people don't understand, like, losing a parent when you are a fully grown adult, you have your own kids, you have your own spouse, hits you differently than when your parent dies, when you're still developing and you still really do need a parent. I personally, I do feel like you always need your parent no matter how old you get, but the older you are, the less you necessarily need them as much. But when you're like under 20, you definitely need your parent. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. You need both your parents still. And I feel like you're going to have all of these children. Because again, this is 7 right now. Who knows what is going to happen in the coming years? You're going to leave multiple children without a father, multiple sons that don't have a dad, and dads are very important for boys the way mothers are very important for girls. And you're going to leave these children without a father because you were so greedy to leave a legacy. But now your legacy has no father to raise them and help them become something great. I'm like, because the thing is, the only people that are gaining something by Nick having all these children is Nick and the women who are getting child support. The actual kids, the blessings in these situations are suffering the most, right? Like, they will grow up without a father in the household. Because if he chooses to live with one of these women, are you telling me the other kids not gonna feel some type of way? That daddy lives with you, but daddy don't live with me, and I only see daddy every once in a while? Like, that breeds resentment. And again, if Nick favors any of the kids more than the other, because that does happen. Dads are really bad at that, like favoring a kid. Sometimes you can tell when who dads like more. So if he seems to be more willing to go to a certain kid's event over another kid, like, they're gonna notice these things. These are not things kids are not gonna realize. I personally find it very selfish to create all of these single parent households under the guise of leaving a legacy, when you know that there's a really good chance you're going to leave these children fatherless in the coming years. Because this, truthfully and honestly, only affects the children. They're the only ones that are going to be deeply affected by Nick's death. Because there's a likelihood that he's going to leave them in their formative years when they actually really do need a dad, especially his sons. And it just feels to me like you feel better leaving 7 kids with no dad instead of 2 or 3. Like, somehow that's better. And I don't appreciate the fact that everyone is praising Nick for doing this because he has money. It's like, money don't give you more time. These kids are going to suffer from this because there's not enough hours in the day for Nick to have all of the businesses and all the jobs that he has and split between 4 households. It's just not possible to spend every holiday together. It's not going to be a fact that these women are always going to get along. Because even some of the Hollywood baby mamas that at one point have been really cool do fight. It does happen, especially when you're fighting for your kid to be treated a specific way. It does happen. I don't really see Mariah Carey playing along with these other women. Like, Mariah Carey is not going to Nick's house for Christmas with him, his 3 other baby mamas, and his 6 other kids. Mariah Carey not doing that. She's simply not, And I feel like it's very unfair to do this to these children, to put, like, I feel like YouTuber Aloho said best, you're bringing blessings into cursed situations, and this is exactly what it is, a cursed situation. I think it's also important to bring up the fact that right now, Nick Cannon is in his pro-black era, right? It's the black dollar, it's black families, it's black businesses, yada, yada, yada. And none of the women he has children with are fully black. Like, they're either mixed race or they're white. And then there was Jessica White, who is a dark-skinned black woman, but he never would publicly claim her, right? Personally, I do feel like Jessica dodged a bullet. I know she is very hurt by it, but I'm just like, you didn't want to be part of this ghetto mess. You truly didn't want to, because then it came with 8 babies, and that's... Sorry, my beauty blender got to rolling. Sorry. But yeah, I'm just like, the only dark skinned woman Nick has publicly been with, and he hasn't even publicly been with Jessica, like, he never claimed her. Like, that was another issue, like, he never claimed her. And again, the darkest woman he was in a relationship with never claimed her. But it's just very interesting to me that men like Nick Cannon's politics never match their home, right? There's so many men who are so pro black and so da da da. And there are women like that too, who are like, white man is the devil, and then they partners be white men. Same goes for pro black men. Be talking hot shit, be talking cash shit, and they wife named Beth. It's quite funny to see the politics be left at the door, and then in the house it's mixed race women and white women. Again, it's not lost on me, pro black everywhere but the bedroom. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to talk about this because my friend Liv here on YouTube, Liv said so. I'll link her in the comment section. She actually gave me the name for this video, so thank her for this fantastic title. And I wanted to do this video because of that. So that's why I asked you guys in my last video, like in the comments, if you wanted it. And a lot of you seem to really want this video. So I'm really excited I got to flex this name, okay? Because it's hilarious. Liv is a genius when it comes to titles. And I'm not. I'm terrible at titles. So I really do appreciate that. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this whole situation? Do you think it's okay for Nick Cannon to start a village of light brights because... Do you think it's okay for Nick Cannon to start a village of biracial children because he has money? Or do you believe that he's kind of going a little too far with this whole legacy thing? What are your guys' thoughts and opinions? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.